Right, here we are, Monday Market Moments. You saw our video with Fifth, the financing genius. Diana felt really badly because she was cut out, so I'm going to just present all the information and you can admire Diana's beauty because there's a lot of beauty to admire. So let's talk about this week. Active listings are down 139, solds are up 104. The average sale price is $1,695,000, which is down from last week, as is days on market. And Diana's beauty up from last week. I don't know if you noticed. Coming soons, there are 83 coming soons, which is down from last week. Things are moving, and our month supply is at 2.5 months, more or less the same as last week and the week before. We've got lots of good information. If you are interested in seeing the coming soons or more pictures of Diana, we can provide all of that. Just put, what's it called? Reports in the comments and you'll get all the information.
And stay tuned for our special guest, Fifth, who is following in just 2 seconds flat.
Woohoo!
See you next Monday.
Monday,
Kristen, you and I promised a guest for this week, and look who we got.
Dun, da, da, da.
Well, we would love to hear from you.
Like, being recorded right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the easy. This is how we do
This
it.
is how it goes.
Now we've got some of the best footage ever. We would love to hear from you, Fifth, like the cocktail party version of what is going on in our market. Like,
Right.
I've talked to lenders, and they're so detailed, I don't really quite know what they're saying.
Yeah.
So if you're talking to the average person, buyer or seller, what's going on in our market right now?
Okay, so I'm going to take it back. First thing is that the Federal Reserve, that monitors and manages the Federal Reserve fund rate, they are really focused on bringing that down. What is that rate? That's the rate that the banks charge each other for the money they lend each other. Okay, that has an immediate impact on lines of credit and credit cards.
What about savings accounts?
Checking savings accounts also kind of get affected by that because it's also the rate that the guys are charging, but primarily for the debt portion is credit cards and lines of credit. So the focus is to bring that down. However, this is the thing you have to remember. It's not in silo because there's so much else that's happening. For example, the Fed cut that rate by a quarter last week. What happened right away?
Rates went up.
Rates went up. Why did the rates go up? Because the jobless claims, people who are filing for unemployment, that number dropped. If the economy shows strength, guess what happens? Rates go up.
Right.
If the economy shows weakness, they bring the rates down. Why? To stimulate movement in the economy so people are spending. Okay, so that's the correlation. When rates are up, it's because they want to stop the spending. They want to slow down the economy, right? So right now, what's currently happening is there is a potential of the government shutdown.
Right. Ugh.
Okay. If there's a government shutdown, what does that do to the economy? Slows it down. Then is the motivation to bring the rates down? Potentially. But that actually has a huge implications because there's a lot of departments that then won't be able to produce the numbers we need. For example, the Bureau of Labor Statistics gives us the number of people who are unemployed, who are filing for unemployment. We won't get those reports. So we'll find out by 2 o'clock today whether that's going through or not. What do we predict in one sentence? 2025 is almost over. We probably will be staying around the 6% range. Rates are like between, for 30-year fixed normal person, 6.25, 6.35, right? What do we expect for 2026? Probably going down to the lower sixes, high fives.
Right.
Okay.
Why? Because the Fed chair is expected to be changed, and the new members of the Fed that they're bringing in are much more pro cutting the rates and stimulating the economy.
And what do you think that reduction will have in what we see in our market? I know what we're saying about it. What are lenders saying about it?
The minute rates come down, we see a spike in activity. The minute the rates came down, already 3 months ago, the rates were in the sevens.
Yeah.
So what happened the minute the rates came down? Activity goes up.
Right.
What happens when activity goes up? Property values are going to go up.
Right. Competition goes
Competition
up.
goes up. So if you want to buy, do you wait for the rates to come down? No.
Right.
You buy now. Right?
And refinance later.
And refinance later.
Right.
Because when you get the notification from the media that the rates have come down, you probably already missed the boat.
That's what we've been
I
saying.
know. maybe they'll listen when they hear it from Fifth.
Yeah, she makes us sound smart, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a fantastic snapshot. Anything that we are missing that you think our Tour with Friends should know, from an expert like you? How hard is it to get pre-approved these days?
How hard is it? If you organize, you can get pre-approved. And there's 3 things that you need to be able to get a loan. You either have to have income, okay, and we can do a regular traditional loan, or you have to have a lot of assets. We can do an asset-based loan, or you can have equity, and we can do an equity-driven loan. If you have any of these 3 things, we can anchor and use any of them to get you a loan.
What if you have a trust fund?
100, that's assets.
Okay.
100%. Trust fund is golden.
Okay.
The philosophy that you have to put 20% down is archaic. That's not true. The philosophy that you all have to have a W-2 paycheck to get a loan is not true. The philosophy that you have to have all 3 income, assets, credit, not true. We can anchor to anything now.
Okay. And one last question, because I get this a lot with some clients. Parents are helping out because San Francisco is a very expensive city to buy in. Parents are helping out. How far in advance of purchasing do funds from parents or relatives who are helping out need to be given? They can't be given like at the close of escrow, right? Oh, they can. They don't need to season.
They can. They do not need to be seasoned. We can get, in most cases, almost 99% of the cases we have, gift funds from parents can be given at during the escrow period. And a lot of parents, which is true, they are very worried about the gift limits. So what they do is they set up an informal loan agreement with their kids, and that's for the purposes of the IRS and because in some cases they do get a little bit of money back from their kids, and they set up an agreement for that. But for our purposes, gift funds can come anytime during the close of escrow.
That's good to know.
That's new information for me.
New information for me too.
There you go.
I love it. Fifth, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
As ever, we love having the voice of reason giving us the real information because it only sounded a little bit like what we talked about.
Right.
Will you come back and visit us again when things are like more along?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll come every month, whatever you guys want.
Oh my God. Once a month. You heard it here.
Yay.
Okay, thank you, Viv.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you guys.
All right. Well, that was easy.
I hope we pushed the button.
We did.
Oh, good.
Monday, market moment.